Hello students, we are going to learn two important concepts. They are Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, here you can see a person named Gustav Kirchhoff. Okay, he is the person who invented two laws. They are called Kirchhoff's current law (KCL) and Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is KV. Okay, let us try to understand one by one. Okay, here in this lecture we are going to see the statement and explanation of two laws and example for each and every law and what is the application of these KVL and KCL. Okay, let us see KCL. Here let us observe the statement first. Here the statement is, here let us see the statement. The algebraic sum of currents meeting at a point is 0. Okay, the algebraic sum of currents meeting at a point is 0. This is important. What is he saying? The sum of currents meeting at a point is 0. Okay, the mathematical expression is summation of n equal to 1 to n in equal to 0, where n is number of branches connected to a node and in is the nth current entering or leaving the node. Okay, so here there is a figure. You can see the currents I1, I2, I3, I4 and I5. Okay, let us try to understand KCL from this figure. Okay, so A is a meeting point here. This is a meeting point. Okay, this is a point where all the currents are meeting. Okay, now the statement of KCL is algebraic sum of currents meeting at a point is 0, and it can also be expressed as sum of currents entering a node equal to sum of currents leaving the node. This is a node. Meeting point is called node. If two or more branches are connected to one point, they are called node. Okay, here this is one branch, this is another branch, this is third, fourth and fifth. Okay, we have five branches here connected to one point. That's why I can call A as a node. Here this is a node. Okay, this is a node N. Okay, here you can see I1 I1 and I5 are entering into the node. You can see the direction of the current here. This arrow symbol will show the direction of the current. Okay, here the direction of I1 and I5 are coming in towards the node, and the currents I3, I4 and I2. Here you can see the direction of currents I2, I3 and I4 are going away from the node. Okay, you can see the direction clearly. That means by applying KCL, if I apply KCL at this node, okay, so what is KCL, which is Kirchhoff's current law? Algebraic sum of currents entering or meeting at a point is 0. Okay, that means sum of all the currents I1 plus I2 plus I3. Here this expression states algebraic sum of all currents I1 plus I2 plus I3 I4 plus I5 equal to 0. Sum of all currents meeting at a point is 0. Okay, so because the direction of current will be treated as notation, that means the currents entering into the node are treated as positive and currents that leaving the node are treated as negative. Okay, here you can see the current I1 is entering the node and current I5 is also entering the node, but the currents I2, I3 and I4 are leaving from the node. That means I am going to take the notation for currents entering into a node as positive and for currents leaving the node as negative, so that I can write the expression for KCL as I1 is entering the node, so I can take it as positive I1, and I2 is leaving the node, so that I can take it as negative, and I3 is also leaving the node, I can take it as negative. So I4 is also leaving the node, I can take it as negative, but I5 is entering the node, so I can take it as positive. So if you can rearrange this expression, you can write it as I1 plus I5, which are entering currents, equal to I2 plus I3 plus I4 are leaving currents. Okay, so the sum of currents entering, so the sum of currents entering a node equal to sum of currents leaving the node. Okay, sum of entering currents equal to sum of leaving currents. So that is the statement. Okay, this is about KCL. That means algebraic sum of currents at a point is equal to 0, or sum of currents entering into a node or point. Node is nothing but meeting point of two or three branches. Okay, node is a meeting point of two or three branches in our electrical circuit. Okay, that is node. At one node, the sum of currents meeting at that node is 0. That is KCL. Okay, for entering currents, I took it as positive notation. For leaving currents, I took it as negative notation. Okay, this is about KCL. Now let us try to understand KVL. KVL is nothing but Kirchhoff's voltage law. The statement of Kirchhoff's voltage law states that algebraic sum of all voltages around a closed path is 0. In other words, sum of voltage drops equal to sum of voltage rises. Okay, in previous one, KCL, we have seen that algebraic sum of currents meeting at a point is 0. That is KCL. Now what is KVL? The algebraic sum of voltages here. Okay, in KCL we were dealing with current, that is why it is Kirchhoff's current law. In KVL we deal with voltage, that is why it is Kirchhoff's voltage. Okay, that is algebraic sum of all voltages around a closed path. This is important. Okay, KCL was at one point, but KVL is around a closed path. Okay, there must be a closed path to apply KVL. Okay, that means the algebraic sum of all voltage around a closed path is 0, or in other words, sum of voltage drops equal to sum of voltage rises. Here voltage drops means voltage drop across a resistor. Okay, the resistor only drops the voltage across itself, but whereas sum of voltage rises means sum of voltage sources here. Okay, the voltage rise means active element component, voltage drop means passive element components. I have already told you active elements are sources of energy, passive elements are drops of energy. Okay, it means the mathematical expression for KVL is summation m equal to 1 to capital M Vm equal to 0. Here m is the number of voltages and Vm is the mth voltage. That means if you can replace m equal to 1, that will be first voltage. If you replace m equal to 2, that will be second voltage. And if you replace m equal to 3, that will be third voltage. And you are going to add all these voltages, that is V1 plus V2, V3 and so on up to capital M. Okay, here we have considered a circuit where Vs is the source of voltage. Here this is source of voltage having plus and minus, that means it is a DC voltage. Okay, here there are two voltage drop components, they are R1 and R2. So across R1 there will be a voltage drop of V1 and across R2 there will be a voltage drop V2. Okay, so let us try to apply KVL in this loop. Here you can see this is a closed loop. Okay, so let us try to apply KVL, which is sum of voltage drops equal to sum of voltage rises, or sum of voltage sources equal to sum of voltage drops. So by applying KVL, which is algebraic sum of all voltage around a closed path equal to 0. So for sources of voltage I take it as positive notation, for drops of voltage I take as negative notation. So by applying KCL in this loop, I can write the expression as Vs plus V1 plus V2 equal to 0, because these three are the voltages in this loop. So now let us apply the notations. So let us consider from starting point of Vs, we consider the notation of the starting point of any element. So for R1, if a current flow like this, the terminals will be plus and minus, and for R2 also, if the current flow enters the resistor, that is taken as positive, and current leaves the resistor, that is taken as negative. Okay, so let us try to start from our Vs, which is having a first terminal as negative, so minus Vs, and V1 has first terminal as positive, so plus V1, and V2 has first terminal as positive, that is plus V2, and sum of these three should be equal to 0 by KVL. So if you can rearrange the expression of this closed path, you can see that Vs equal to V1 plus V2. Vs is nothing but source of voltage, that is Vs, okay, plus and minus, and V1 and V2 are drops of voltage, okay, across resistors. So you can see that the source of voltage Vs equal to sum of drops of voltages, that is V1 and V2. This is nothing but our Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is KVL. Okay, so in other words, sum of rising voltage or sum of voltage sources equal to sum of dropping of voltage. Okay, this is about KVL. I hope you understand. Okay, in a closed loop, sum of voltage sources equal to sum of voltage drops, that is KVL, or algebraic sum of voltage around a closed path is 0. Okay, closed path is nothing but loop. Okay, so now let us try to understand the example of KCL. So we know that KCL is a Kirchhoff's current law. That means the sum of currents entering at a node equal to 0. So I take a node point A here. This is point A is a node. Okay. So according to KCL, I can write the KCL here. Okay. So according to KCL, what is the statement? Sum of currents entering equal to sum of currents leaving. So here the sum of currents entering are here this 0.5 times I equal to some entering current, and 3 amps is also an entering current. Here the rhombus shape is nothing but a dependent source. That means here you can observe the dependent source. What is a dependent source? Here 0.5 times I. That means 0.5 into the current I here. Here the current through 4 ohms resistor is I. So you have to multiply this current I with 0.5 so that you can get the current in this dependent current source. Okay, this is a current dependent current source. So that dependent current is the current in the 4 ohms resistor. Okay, so if you change the current in 4 ohms resistor, the current source, dependent current source value will be changed. That means if I equal to 2, the dependent current source value will be 0.5 into 2, that will be 1 amp. Okay, if I through the 4 ohms resistor is 4, the dependent current source value will be 0.5 into 4, that will be 2 amps. Okay, so the value of dependent current source is a dependent value of current through this 4 amps. Okay, so this is nothing but a current dependent current source. Okay, now let us try to understand the KCL here. So I'm going to write down currents entering a node on one side of the equal and current leaving the node on the other side. Okay, so you can see that 0.5 times I is entering the node and 3 amps is also entering the node. So what is the leaving current? That is I here. So I can write by applying KVL. So by applying KCL at a node A, so this is node A, that is 0.5 times I plus 3 are the entering currents and I is the leaving current. So by using KCL I have written that. So if you can substitute the, so if you can rearrange this 0.5 I minus I equal to 3 or I minus 0.5 I equal to 3. So I will be equal to 3 by 0.5, that will be equal to 6 amps. So I have found the value of current in the 4 ohms resistor. So if I can find the value of I can find the value of this dependent current, that is equal to 0.5 times 0.8. What is the value of current? That is 6. So the value of dependent current is equal to 3 amps. Okay. Okay, that means 3 amps is entering from this side, 3 amps is entering from this side. The total current 6 amps is leaving through this side. Okay, that is KCL. So sum of currents entering equal to sum of currents leaving. And the question here is we have to find the V, that is here, this is V, voltage across resistor. So by applying Ohm's law, which is V equal to IR, you can find the voltage. So V equal to I is the current through the resistor. What is the current through the resistor? That is 6 amps. And voltage across the resistor will be current through the resistor into resistance value, that is 4. Okay, 6 times 4 will be 24 volts. Okay, this is one example for KCL. Now let us try to understand KVL using another example. Okay, here this is example for KVL. Here we have a closed loop. In closed loop we have a independent voltage source of 35 volts and a dependent voltage source, because it is a rhombus shape. I can say it is a dependent voltage source. So it is having a voltage of 2 into Vx. So the value of dependent voltage source is 2 times Vx, where Vx is the voltage across 10 ohms resistor. So the voltage across 10 ohms resistor will define the voltage of this dependent voltage source. Okay, let us try to find our current I in this closed loop and our Vx here. Okay, so let us try to apply KVL here. So what is KVL? Sum of algebraic sum of voltage in a closed loop is 0. Okay, algebraic sum of voltage in a closed loop equal to 0. Or in other words, voltage sources equal to voltage drops. Okay, now let us try to apply KVL. And here voltage across 10 ohms resistor is Vx and current through the 10 ohm resistor is I. So I can write Vx equal to 10 into I by applying Ohm's law, that is Vx is voltage across 10 ohms resistor, that is equal to 10 times current through the resistor I. Okay, that is 10I. Now I am going to apply KVL in a closed loop here. Okay, so let us take the notation as negative. As okay, first notation is negative. So the negative of 35, that means minus 35, and here across the resistor, that is plus 10 into current through the resistor I. Okay, and what is here? The first term is plus, so plus into 2Vx, and here it is minus, so it is also plus 5I. Okay, we have to see the entering notation. That is here we are entering the loop from here. So entering notation will be plus that. That is minus 35 plus 10 into I, and we are going to write the voltage only here, not the current. So voltage will be resistance into current. Okay, so I into 10 or 10I, and here it is a voltage source, so I can directly write it as 2Vx, and here also this is a resistor, so I can write it as current resistor into resistance, so 5I. Okay, I hope you understand. So minus 35 plus 10I plus 2Vx plus 5I is a closed loop KVL expression. Okay, here you can see minus 35 plus 10I plus 2Vx. Here you can see minus 35 plus 10I plus 2Vx plus 5I equal to 0. So I have written a KVL expression. So if you can rearrange this, that will become minus 35 plus 10I plus Vx is nothing but 10I. So in place of Vx, I have replaced it as 10I. So that will become 2 into 10I, that will be 20 times I plus 5I equal to 0. So we only have one variable here. So you can find out by rearranging the expression, that will become 35I equal to 35. So you can find the current in the loop, that is I equal to 35 amp, sorry 1 amp. Okay, so the question asked is we have to find the Vx also. So what is Vx here? Vx is the voltage across this 10 ohms resistor. which is equal to 10 times current through the resistor. Okay, Vx will become Vx equal to 10 times current through the 10 ohms resistor, that is 10 amps. So that will become 10 into 1 amp, that is, what is the value, that will be 10, and unit for voltage is volts. Okay, Vx will be 10 volts. Okay, the voltage across Vx is 10 volts. So let us try to prove that. So the source is 35 volts. Okay, source voltage is 35. This must be equal to drop voltage, that, right? The voltage across resistors, and voltage across this resistor will be 10 times current is 1, so that will be 10 volts. Okay, plus voltage across dependent voltage source, that is 2 into Vx, that is 2 into 10, that is 20, and voltage across our 5 ohms resistor is 5 into 1 amp, that is 5 volts. Okay, you can see the LHS left hand side 35 is equal to RHS, that is 30. Okay, so we can say that our KVL has been proved. Okay, the source voltage 35 equal to drop voltages, that is 35. Okay, here the source of energy is independent source, that is 35 volts. Okay, so this is one example of KVL. I hope you understand. Now let us try to understand the application of KCL. Okay, so what is the use of KCL? So let us try to understand here. Here we have a three current sources connected in parallel, I1, I2, I3, and we need to find the total current I3. Okay, here we have to combine these current sources which are connected in parallel. Here you can see three current sources I1, I2, I3 are connected in parallel, and one current, that is IT, which is sum of these three currents, is leaving. That means let us consider this entire part as one node. This is just one terminal only. These three connected to one terminal. This means, okay, that means let me consider it as capital A. That is, this is a node. Now let us try to understand the concept using KCL. Okay, here what are the currents entering this node? They are I1 is entering, okay, and I3 is entering, and what are the leaving currents? I2 is leaving, and I4 is also leaving. So by applying KCL, here I can write as IT total current is leaving and I2 is also leaving. So leaving currents equal to entering currents I1 plus I3. So I can write IT, which is total current, equal to I1 minus I2 plus I3. So I can replace all these branches of current using a single current source, that is IT, which value equal to, whose value equal to I1 plus minus I2 plus I3. Okay, if I have a 10 amps of I1, if I have a 5 amps of I2, if I have a 3 amps of I3. So my I total current will become 10 minus 5 minus 3. Okay, plus 3, right? So that will become, what is the value? That will become 8 amps. So my total current is 8 amps. So I can replace all these three current sources with one current source of value 8 amps. So this is one application of KCL. Okay, I hope you understand. The parallel connected current sources. So the parallel connected current sources can be replaced with one current source having the value of equivalent current. Okay, this is one application of KCL. So in KCL, we have replaced parallel connected current sources. So in KVL, we have to replace series connected voltage sources. So the parameter for KCL is current, the parameter for KVL is voltage. Okay, we have to find the total voltage across this combination. Okay, this is total voltage. What is the total voltage here? Okay, so here let us try to apply KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. So I'm going to write this KVL in this loop. Okay, so that will become minus VAB. Okay, this is minus VAB. The starting terminal is negative, and here the first terminal is plus, so plus V1, and this here the starting terminal is minus, so minus V2. So I have written KVL in this loop. Okay, that will become VAB is the voltage across this point A and B, that equal to V1 minus V2. So I can replace these two voltage sources with one voltage source whose value is V1 minus V2. If I have a V1 as 10 volts and V2 as 5 volts, I can replace these two voltage sources with a voltage source having the magnitude of 5 volts. Okay, I can replace these two voltage sources with this voltage source, and the terminals will be same as terminals of higher magnitude voltage source. Here the higher magnitude voltage source is V1, so the terminals of resultant voltage source will be same as higher valued voltage source. That is, the terminals of our resultant voltage source will be equal to terminal of our higher voltage source. So here the terminal of our equivalent voltage source 5 volts is same as our 10 volts voltage source, that is V1. Okay, so this is about KVL. Okay, we can replace series connected voltage sources with one voltage source using KVL. That is one application of KVL. Okay, I hope you understand KCL and KVL. KCL is nothing but sum of currents entering at a node equal to sum of currents leaving the node. That is KCL. And KVL is nothing but sum of voltages. So KVL is nothing but voltage source value equal to sum of voltage drops. Okay, sum of voltage source equal to sum of voltage drop. That is KVL. Okay, in the next class we will be doing some problems on this KCL and KVL so that we can understand the concept.